Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. We've gone through a whole lot of processes on getting the old lathe running. Had to rewire the switch, make a new motor mount, fix the motor, do some adjustments on the counter shaft location, and clean things up a bit. But she's up and running. Not bad for sitting in a box for 3 years, tucked away underneath the workbench the rest of the time. So, what's next? Well, this South Bend lathe runs on a flat belt. In the old shop I had a nice webbing belt that I bought online, but somewhere in the move it got packed. I'm sure it's in a box somewhere, but I couldn't tell you what box or where it's at. It might still be in a box at the old barn. But that's 3 years ago and the guys sold the house again, so who knows where the heck it's at now. To bring this lathe back to life, I'm just going to make another belt. And I'm going to make it from a belt. Got this at Hobby Lobby. And all this is a section of belt that they would sell for craftspeople to make belts out of. Now, guess who qualifies as a craftsperson? Me. So, what I have to do is cut the belt to length. And since this belt is about 1.25 inches wide, and I really need it to be 1 inch wide, I'm going to have to trim it down for width. So I'll trim down a section of it. When I'm done trimming it, I'm going to use some of these clipper belt connectors. Bought these at an antique store. It's kind of odd because they still use them. But the clipper belt connector is going to make it so that I can join the ends together with a series of metal loops with a pin put in between them. And that'll make it so that I can put the belt on and off. When I'm finished with the belt, the lathe will be ready to run. The width of the belt that I want to end up with is 1 inch. So what I'm going to do is set my marking gauge at 1 inch. Little pin lines right up with a 1 inch mark. Tighten the screw up. I'm going to clamp down on the leather so that it hangs just a little bit over the edge. I'm just going to take my marking gauge and slide it right along the edge of the leather. Down the length of the bench. I have a nice cut line. About here at the end where I had the clamp. Carry the line all the way out to the end. Put my square up against the material. I cut the end off square and neat. Okay. It works. A lot better than it used to. Not perfect. Not perfect by a long shot, but a lot better than it used to. It's going to take a little time to find all the tooling for the lathe, but I think I have enough out here on the top of the bench to be able to make the screw for the Swan beam drilling machine, which was, if we can recall that far back, the purpose of getting the lathe running was I needed to make a special screw. So, having said all that, thank you very much for watching, and hope you come back for the next one.
Click on the top picture to go to Maiden Wood's February highlight. Click on the bottom picture to go to where Dave Barden has one of my favorites, making a leather haversack.